What is? I haven't even looked. What's Bitcoin, like 100?
All-time high. Not yet. Maybe by the time you hear this.
Bitcoin's at 65,000.
Yeah, 67.3.
Bitcoin's at 65,000. That, you know what we're gonna end up having? We're gonna have all these Bitcoin like billionaires and all the rich people who just bought Bitcoin and didn't do anything else with their life. They literally just buy Bitcoin, and you see them, and they're buying apartments, cars, bees, throwing around money, acting like the cockwalk. It's like, what'd you do? Oh, I bought Bitcoin. Oh, nice.
Wouldn't it be nice?
65,000 for Bitcoin.
What is it, Sumi?
Bitcoin depresses me. Like, I respect it. I don't know how I haven't made $1 billion on Bitcoin. And I've made nothing. I've lost. I'm the only guy. How do you lose on Bitcoin? How do you lose on Bitcoin? How do you be behind on Bitcoin? I am. I don't know how. How do you believe in Bitcoin and the Michael Saylor, the price you get, the price?
Hold on, I got one more. I got more too. Oops.
Legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
All right.
Council has discussed.
All right. What's up, people? Yeah, I'm thinking about Bitcoin. It's up another $5,000 today. So it's a 67. I don't know if you guys, I'm going to talk about it's 67.6 now. We might hit all-time high 69 during this stream, possibly. And it's not just Bitcoin, it's meme coin. Meme coins are going crazy. I've been aping into meme coins myself. So hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you have some. What's up, Pirate X Pirate? What's up, K Bright? I got this news. Did you guys hear about the blue roofs conspiracy theory? I don't know what Joe Biden's saying. He's saying that houses with the right roof didn't burn down. So got various news for you today. I'm going to show you that news with the space lasers in Texas. If there were space lasers in Texas, I have Joe Biden saying that homes with the right roof didn't burn down. Sounds kind of weird, right? So, and I'll show you the video that started the whole thing, and I might even show you the fact check. So that's news today. Other news is that the Supreme Court decided that Donald Trump is going to be on the ballot, and Democrats are freaking out about it. What's up, Bluefly AI? What's your crypto play? I like stuff on Solana. So if I'll say it now and I'll say it again. My favorite thing to do is help people with cryptocurrency. I had a consultation on Friday with somebody who just wanted to talk about, different stuff. So if you ever need guidance, I'm not allowed to give financial advice. Like, I can't tell you what to buy, but I can tell you about stuff. And then I could tell you what to buy, kind of. But if you're ever interested in that, just text me at the show phone number 650-GAY-TAXI, 650-429-8294, and we can set up a consultation. I'm super cheap compared to what people charge for that kind of thing. So I respect my time, but I don't charge a crazy amount because I really enjoy talking to people. So yeah, if you ever have any questions for me or anything, just text me 650-429-8294. I'm pretty open. I got stuff to do. What's up, Chris Coate? What's up, Spaldo? How are you guys doing today? I'll show you the thing about the roofs. So I'm showing you Bitcoin now. Bitcoin's at 67.6. 67.6 right now. And Bonk is up 50% today. Doge is up big. You might want to get in on some meme coins. Okay, Sumi, that's enough. That's enough. I didn't mean to set you off so bad. Go to your bed. You can see her back there, right? There she is, tearing up her bed. Here, I'll switch to the main camera. Just want to check in with people. Happy Monday. There's see her. Oh, I got the closet door open and everything. Jeez, I gotta clean up my studio. Also, remember to buy t-shirts. We have cryptocurrency t-shirts too. So, Mr. Cranky says Hillary is running. Trump campaign person posted on Twitter. Really? Well, they say that that people think that Joe Biden is too old. Like all the people that voted for him in 2000, the majority of them think he's too old to keep doing it, that he's not capable of it. So I'll show you. They're thinking about doing a switcheroo. I've run the poll before about how many people expect him to make it to the election. And most people don't think he will. So we'll see. I don't have any slip ups from him recently or him acting old. I do have a funny video of him driving a car and he has somebody else sitting next to him with their own steering wheel. I don't know if you've seen that video. That's a weird one. Here I have him. This is video of Joe Biden. This Russian guy is making fun of him for driving a car.
Вот он едет, понимаете ли, да, на этом автомобиле, да, такой американский.
So here he is driving, and the guy next to him. So he's driving, which I guess they let him do, kind of. Here, watch. Watch. The guy next to him has his own steering wheel. The Russians are making fun of him. He's got somebody right next to him with their own steering wheel, like when you're a student driver. Pretty funny. Okay, so I showed you that. All right, I'll show you some other stuff too. So, hey Sherry, what's up? Greetings from Phoenix. How hot is it in Phoenix? We had we've been having a lot of rain in California. We had a snowstorm too. I could show you pictures of it. There's also a tumbleweed town. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to see. We're going to talk about crypto. We're going to talk about the blue roofs and lasers and stuff. So, and then whatever else you guys want to talk about. We're going to talk about the Supreme Court decision. We're going to talk about AI taking over jobs. I really have some clips on that. AI is already taking over customer service jobs in a major way. So I have 2 postings about that. So you ready for the show? All right, we'll get started. Okay, cue musical intro. Boy, that's brilliant. I do think some things in the world are real. Like you guys. You guys are real. Most of you. Most of my listeners, I think, are not just in my head. I think I have the metrics to prove it. You've taken a leap of faith today. What is that sound? And I apologize if you take offense. I'm a little offended myself. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the future. What it is, joining you live from sunny California. It's a beautiful day today. I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman, and I bring you the news, the real news. Let me show the laser news first, even though maybe that's what people will be tuning in for midway through. Just because if people tune into this show after the fact, they want to hear the real news that's in the title. The laser news. This is the original video, I guess, that ran on TikTok or something, showing how the blue doesn't burn. Here, let's see. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, oops. Hold on. There's this. There's something. Oh, here. Hold on.
Same as the blue umbrella.
Laser weapon can be programmed for different wavelengths.
There's the blue. The laser doesn't burn through blue. There, the blue doesn't burn.
There was something blue they didn't want to burn.
Blue car did not burn any flames.
Blue car didn't burn in
Same as the
Maui.
blue umbrella.
Blue umbrellas.
There was
There you go.
something
That's
blue they didn't want.
okay. So that caused something called Operation Blue Roof. Anyway, so then there were fires in Texas. This is Joe Biden. Let's see.
Because if you fly over these areas that are burned to the ground, you'll see in the midst of 20 homes that are just totally destroyed, one home sitting there because it had the right roof on it. And anyway, since I took office, FEMA's provided Texas alone.
There you go. Because the house.
Because if you fly over these areas that are burned to the ground, you'll see in the midst of 20 homes that are just totally destroyed, one home sitting there because it had the right roof on it. And anyway, since I took office, FEMA's provided Texas alone.
There you go. So you hear that? So let's see. This is the fact check. Clip shows social media videos push baseless conspiracy theory that blue items were spared from the Maui fires. Baseless conspiracy theory. The wildfires didn't spare only blue things, with photos and videos showing clearly buildings and objects of many colors both survived and perished. And while lasers can affect various materials differently, one powerful enough to do such damage would still burn items of any hue, according to an expert. And they say that there wasn't a laser. Okay, so I have a picture of a laser. Okay, green laser video in Texas. Okay, here we go. So this is a picture of a green laser coming out of the sky. Oops. Ah, shit. Here.
Street. What the is that, dude? Street. What the is that, dude?
So, green lasers over, and then there's more green laser video from Florida, I believe. I'm going to look that up real quick. Green lasers. Oh, and if you want to support the show, be great to go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil and drop off a coffee there. My goal is to get to 6 coffees on the stream and get 1 new member, and you can become a member there too. Otherwise, go to buy a t-shirt. I have on our Bitcoin Saves t-shirt right now with the prayer hands. Here's pictures here. Let's see. Following numerous recorded sightings of planes utilizing green laser technology, many residents in Cape Coral have taken to painting their roofs blue. You know why. And they say, no, that's not blue paint. Those are tarps. Mysterious green laser. Yeah, captured in here. Then check this out. Okay. Here's the story. Cape Coral, Florida. Okay. So I showed you the green laser, and then there's green laser. Here's a video about it. Here we go. Let's see. Who's shining bright green lasers?
You may notice this green light flash across your screen a couple of times. It's puzzling neighbors in Cape Coral, but this is actually the cause. It's a plane flying low over people's homes, scanning the ground with that green laser. Welcome back. I'm Chris Safadi.
And I'm Lois Tomey. So what does this plane, what is it doing? A Wake News anchor Annette Montgomery joins us in the studio. And Annette, what did you learn?
Well, Chris and Lois, I learned who it's not after reaching out to everyone from the city of Cape Coral to the county to the Florida Division of Emergency Management to the South Florida Water District and Port Authority. Now, these low-flying planes with green lasers does not belong to them. One neighbor got so fed up, she purchased a flight radar to help narrow down the search for the owner. It's not something you see every day.
Oh, geez, it was, I mean, it went back and forth. At least, I would say 40 minutes to an hour.
But for people living in Cape Coral, they've been seeing it a lot this week.
It was really late at night. It was kind of around midnight. It was around midnight. And I was actually in my car. I was just getting home, and I saw it going back and forth with a laser beam, and it scanned over me multiple times, and it was just moving. It was scanning the whole area, every square footage, basically, going just forth.
That low-flying plane was in Casey Sutton's neighborhood for hours Sunday night. Philip Bertolio saw it the same day, but a few hours earlier while watching the Super Bowl game.
When it came by, you could see the green laser light like spread out, like it was mapping. We heard something about it was mapping the area is what we were told. And it kept going in a north and south direction, and it would just go farther to the west. It kept going.
There you go. Sorry, it's kind of boring, right? So there's some kind of plane spreading lasers. So there's your laser. If you want laser eyes, if you have laser eyes, you might be in Bitcoin. Let's see what people are saying. We have a few stories about Bitcoin today. Here's this guy saying it's sheep led to slaughter on the rally. What's his name in the chat says, I made over $80,000 the last 3 months with AI stocks such as NVIDIA and PLTR. I don't trust crypto. That's okay. We trust it here. You could have made that much on MicroStrategy stock if you're into stocks. MicroStrategy stock is doing pretty well. In fact, MicroStrategy is going to raise another $600 million to buy more Bitcoin. So what's the price at now? Let's see. 67,586. Okay. So it's still not at 68,000. We're watching the price. Let's see how much you guys want to hear about it. Here's somebody saying the price could reach 100,000 or 200,000 or higher. There are people posting images that they were sold out.
Where do you think it's going to go?
Absolutely.
And describe exactly why.
Yeah, sure. At the start of this year, in December, we actually published our 2024 predictions. And we said that Bitcoin would trade to new all-time highs above $80,000 a coin. Based on what we're seeing in our ETF and these other ETFs, I think we have to revise that upwards. It could be 100,000, it could be 200,000, it could be higher than that. There's simply this massive supply-demand dynamic going on, net new demand and a fixed supply, and actually a reduction in new supply coming up in April with the halvening. Sometimes investing is complex. Sometimes it's easy. With Bitcoin right now, it's just about supply demand, and there's too much demand.
If you were to say it's going to go up,
too much demand, not enough supply. Last week, where do I have that? Last week, ETFs purchased 30,000 Bitcoins, and there were only 6,000 some Bitcoins created by miners. And in a month and a half, that supply is going to be cut in half. So I'm pretty bullish on it. I'm buying. Well, I already have. I'm not buying anything unless you guys give me coffees. Then I should. Tim G says, should I come back in a few months and say I told you so? Yes. I would love it. Come back in a few months and tell me I told you so. Do it. I want to feel it. I want to feel the pain. Like, it's not going to be bad enough that Bitcoin's price has gone down and my crypto portfolio has gone down. But you guys can see, let's see. Here's CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin's at 67.4, up 23% over the last 7 days. Dogecoin's up 14% today, up 98% the last 7 days. This guy who's trolling me, Shiba Inu's up 235% the last 7 days. So there's something to be said for meme coins. I like meme coins on Solana. Well, Pepe is doing great. It's up about 21% today, up almost 300% the last 7 days. 300% last 7 days. Pepe, Bonk, that's the one I like. But Bonk's up 50% today, up 190% the last 7 days. And then we also like Dog with Hat on Solana, up 200% the last 7 days. So, yeah, you can come back and tell me I told you so. I don't mind. I don't mind, Tim G. You do your stocks. I'll do my crypto. We'll see who wins. Right now, I believe probably crypto is winning over the last 7 days and over the last 30 days, I believe. So, yeah, if you're, once again, my favorite thing to do is talk to people about cryptocurrency. If you want to talk about it, shoot me a text or send me a message on Twitter at LiftTheVeil411. Gives me something to do. I do love talking to people about cryptocurrency. I do know a lot about it. So I've been doing it since 2017. So here's somebody who says it's no good. Hold on here.
Welcome back. Take a look at Bitcoin. There it is, over 67,000. We're approaching all-time highs, Mr. Weiss.
Yep.
It's another 7% today. What's behind this other than momentum?
There's still no use
risk
case.
on.
Well, there are a few
no
things.
use
Momentum. Kramer came out today and said he thinks because people trust fiat currencies less because of everybody's upside down is in debt to GDP. I don't really think that's the case. I just don't think they're that big deeper. Sure, there's a small element that believes that all economies, all sovereigns are going to hell, so they're going to hide Bitcoin. That's not it. It's purely the marketing power right now of BlackRock, of Fidelity, and more to come. But to show you how ridiculous it is, Bitcoin isn't even the top foreign currency. I think Bite the Dog or whatever the hell.
Dog with Hat.
400%. I mean, it's just
So it's like a perfect storm for this particular asset class right now between the approval of the ETFs and the biggest names in the asset management business getting into it, with some speculative fervor in parts of the market, biotech maybe here too, and overall risk on.
Complete perfect storm. But I think you have to look at the two products that investors really focus on. Number one, obviously Bitcoin, which is
that's enough. All right. There's a guy buying $100 a day. Nobody knows who it is. And maybe the Qatar is going to start buying it too. They're also recommending it as part of portfolios now. Morgan Stanley's going to sell it. A bunch of people are going to sell it. BlackRock's got a ton of it. Today, there was the second most volume ever. So there you go. That's it. That's it on Bitcoin. I'll save you guys more. And if you want a Bitcoin t-shirt, go to our website, truthclothing.io. Check those out. You can just get one that says decentralized. Okay. You want to hear about the Diddy thing? From somebody who summarized it. It's like a 7-minute video. Well, let me show you. Well, yeah, let me show you some political news. All right. So here, we'll close that. Oops, no. Well, this isn't political news. This is just Stephen Baldwin saying Hollywood is effed around too long, and he's carrying a Punisher bag. Stephen Baldwin, red pill, he's got the Punisher bag. Yo, Hollywood, y'all effed around too long, but hey, was coming back anyway. Thought I'd give you a heads up. Can you say hey-oh, hey-oh? Okay, so there's Stephen Baldwin acting crazy. Here's the deal with Trump. Trump's support among black voters grows nearly 500% in the last 4 years. So Trump is, he lost Nikki Haley actually won in DC. So she won the primary in DC. That's the only place she's going to win. People say, oh, yeah, she won in the DC swamp. So she won in DC. Trump's support among black voters has grown by nearly 500% in the last 4 years. Support among black voters is now 23%, 19% increase since the same poll was taken in October 2020. So he only got 4% in October 2020 polling. And now he's getting 23%. Joe Biden, he actually got 8% of the black vote, I think, when it came to actual voting. But Joe Biden got 92% of the black vote in the 2020 election. And the Democrats have been getting over 90% of the black vote this whole time. So, and then besides that, Hispanic voters are going for Trump. So here, let me show you. This is from a New York Times poll too. Trump is winning Latino voters outright over Biden, 46-40, which is a 39 percentage point swing. Biden won the Latino vote 65-32% back in 2020. So it's not looking good for Joe Biden. And that's why they're talking about replacing him. Well, it's not the only reason they're talking about replacing him. It's one reason, though. So the whole electorate is changing, and blacks and Hispanics are heading towards Republicans, I guess, but Donald Trump in particular. So Trump support among black voters grows nearly 500%. Let me show you the. Okay, let me close some of these tabs. I'm glitching. David Brown says, if you didn't vote for Brandon, you ain't black. Yeah, that's what he said. So New York Times is running this headline. Vivek says, front page of the New York Times, most Biden voters of 2020 fear he's too old to lead. New York Times poll says even his own voters, the voters who voted for him in 2020, think he's too old. So they're probably going to switch him. Let's see what the odds are on him being the Democrat nominee. Here's the odds to win the presidential election. Donald Trump is up by 5 points. I'm predicted at least. He's up 5 points, 47-42. But on Polymarket, he's up way more than that. Let me see what people are saying for Democratic nominee. Gavin Newsom is in second place at 13 cents. Joe Biden at 77 cents right now. So I think betting on him not to win the election is a good bet. This is different than what Polymarket shows, though. Polymarket, let's see. Polymarket. Oops. Republican VP nominee. Let me show you that. And throw me a coffee. I'm going to check in a few minutes. Drop me a coffee just to make us feel like we're doing something positive at buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. Oh, this is for who's going to be his vice presidential nominee. Let's go to politics. Let's see. Politics. Why does it keep going to the same thing? Politics. I'm trying to go. Hold on. Just go to polymarket.com. I'm going to see who is slated to presidential. In this, Donald Trump is winning 54% to 32% to be the presidential election winner. And for the Democratic nominee, Michelle Obama comes in. Well, actually, let's see. It looks like Gavin Newsom is actually in second place there. Joe Biden, 79%. Michelle Obama, though, coming up in second place, tied with Gavin Newsom for being the Democratic nominee. So I don't know who you guys think it's going to be, but 79% chance that Joe Biden is going to be the nominee. Yeah, I think he'll make it, but I don't know if he'll debate. We'll see. All right, so I told you about black voters. Democrats are freaking out because of the 9-0 Supreme Court decision on the Trump Colorado ballot case. So she's almost crying here.
Look, unfortunately for America, the court isn't necessarily wrong that this is the way the framers wanted it to be. They wanted Congress, the people who are closest to their constituents to be able to make the rules and the laws. That doesn't change the fact that because of gerrymandering in the House and all kinds of other issues, they're not doing their job on a lot of these big issues.
I agree. It's very unlikely, close to impossible that Congress will take action. But this is now a fair question that Manu, Raju, Melanie Zanona should be asking members of Congress. Are you willing to pass legislation that would give us rules for how this works? It could only be in the future, by the way.
There you go.
You know,
so she's freaking out. Who else? Here's a clip. Let me see what else I have. I have clips. I have the white rural rage clip where they blame white people for everything. Let me see what else I have. I'm going through my tabs just to see what to do next. There's another clip of people freaking out. Here's actually Stephen A. Smith talking about how Joe Biden ate fried chicken with black people. I played you that clip on the show. Oh, here it's 30 minutes in. I'll check my coffees. I have a small audience today. I think I'm not bringing my full. I think I must not be bringing my full game because we don't have the same number of people tuned in as usual. So let me check my coffees. Yeah, I don't have any yet. Yeah, if you want to support the show, go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil, drop a coffee, or of course you can drop a super chat. Okay, cool. Nothing yet. Okay. Stephen A. Smith talking about how Joe Biden sat down with black people and had fried chicken. Let's see. Oops, it's taking a while to load.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, if we're being fair, if we saw Donald Trump sit down in a black household, eating fried chicken with a father and a son, what would we say? What would we say? What would we say? You know, folks out there would be calling it racist. Well, if it's racist for him, and I'm not saying it would be, but if it's racist for him, why wouldn't it be racist for Biden? I'm not.
There you go.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, if we're being fair,
Okay, so there you go. Racism on that. I have pre-crime in Canada. We're going to get through the rest of this. Pre-crime in Canada. The bill in Canada, the Canadian Human Rights Act, is going to make it hate speech. Basically, if your speech is likely to foment detestation or vilification of an individual or group of individuals on the basis of a prohibited ground of discrimination, that's considered hate speech. And you can go to, before anybody's even offended, if it's likely to offend and you don't delete it, you can get charged with a crime there. All right. So here's, let's see, I must not have my wits about me today. Are you offended already, Ryan James? Here's Dr. Phil talking about how the government is messed up. He's gone on a tour talking.
The problem is we got people in charge of solving problems that don't really want to solve them. Because their job depends on having that problem. They need that problem to justify their existence. They need that problem to maintain this huge bureaucracy, to maintain this big budget, this big agency. They need that problem to exist. I think we've got people in charge of solving problems that are not problem solvers.
There you go.
The problem is we got people in charge of solving problems.
Yeah, it's just like trying to solve the homeless problem. Do you guys want to see? No, I already showed you guys a bunch of stuff about Diddy. Here's some racist stuff. White rural rage. These people are promoting this book. Let me blow that up.
Now, professor of political science at
Hold
the
on one sec.
University of Maryland, Baltimore County, Tom Schaller.
Blow this up. Okay.
Joining us now, professor of political science at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, Tom Schaller, and journalist and opinion writer Paul Waldman. Their new book, out tomorrow, is entitled White rural rage, the threat to American democracy. And Tom, I'll start with you. Why are white rural voters a threat to democracy at this point? You would think, as we pointed out, looking at Joe Biden's background and Donald Trump's, that the opposite would be true.
I mean, we lay out the fourfold interconnected threat that white rural voters pose to the country. First of all, and we show 30 polls and national studies to demonstrate this. So we provide the receipts in Chapter 6. They're the most racist, xenophobic, anti-immigrant, and anti-gay geodemographic group in the country. Second, they're the most conspiracist group. QAnon support and subscribers, election denialism, COVID denialism and scientific skepticism, Obama birtherism. Third, anti-democratic sentiments. They don't believe in an independent press, free speech. They're most likely to say the president should be able to act unilaterally without any checks from Congress or the courts or the bureaucracy. They're also the most strongly white nationalist and white Christian nationalists. And fourth, they are most likely to excuse or justify violence as an acceptable alternative to peaceful public discourse.
So you mentioned a lot of negative factors about this demographic.
There you go. So that's they're saying about white rural voters. Here is Michael Moore saying Jews should focus on white Christians, that white Christians are the real enemy.
What is the crime? Because according to my knowledge of history, the enemies of Israel who have been persecuted, the Israelis, the Jewish people of this world have been persecuted for 5,000 years. But for the last 2,000 years, most of the persecution has come from white, European-centric Christians. That's been your enemy. No Palestinian helped to build Auschwitz. No Palestinian stood on the docks of New York City when boatloads of Jewish refugees trying to escape the Holocaust came here to be protected by this country and were turned away at the docks in New York and sent back to Germany to die. No Palestinian did that. No Palestinian ran the Spanish Inquisition. Your enemy is not the Palestinian people. It is white Christian European people who have been slaughtering Jews for the last 2,000 years. And let's just call it for what it is. But why are they in an open air prison? Why are 2 million of them in an open air prison?
There you go. Support for the Palestinians by saying that white people are the problem. All right. Speaking of white people being the problem, here's a couple posts from the FBI. Here's one promoting internships, and you can see what the picture looks like about who's in the picture. And then here's one talking about retail theft, and you can see the picture. Yep, that's where we are. Did you guys hear about the Six Flags opening up outside Atlanta? So, okay, DEI jobs are being cut. DEI jobs peaked in early 2023 before falling 5% that year, shrinking 8% so far in 2024. The attrition rate for DEI roles has been about double that for non-DEI jobs. In recent weeks, Zoom axed its internal DEI team, and Snap cut workers who worked on retention and engagement efforts for employees from underrepresented groups. Meta, Tesla, DoorDash, Lyft, Home Depot, Wayfair, and X were among major corporations making steep cuts in 2023, slashing the size of their DEI teams by 50% or more. So that's good news. Now, X is bringing back penalties for dead naming or calling someone by the wrong gender. Use of prior names and pronouns. It says we will reduce the visibility of posts that purposefully use different pronouns to address someone other than what that person uses for themselves, or that use a previous name that someone no longer goes by as part of their transition. So because of that, Tim Pool says he's terminating all of his ad spend because they brought back their misgendering policy. So they brought back their misgendering policy. Okay, now, here we go. Here's someone talking about immigration and how much it's going to cost. Sex dolls for children. Children's sex dolls. This person in Kentucky is advocating for child sex dolls so pedophiles are less likely to attack children. Here, listen to this.
I was completely unfamiliar with child sex dolls. So I had, of course, to Google it last night.
So a little scared to put it in my search engine, but I did. And apparently there is research on the subject. Not much, but there are.
Prague says Elon tweeted back. Sorry, I'm eating M&Ms. That he's going to fix the policy. That's good. That's good. So he's not going to do it. Interesting. All right, here we go. Hold on, listen to this. I'll play this from the beginning. Sorry about the eating. I just had an urge for some chocolate.
I was completely unfamiliar with child sex dolls. So I had, of course, to Google it last night. So a little scared to put it in my search engine, but I did. And apparently there is research on the subject. Not much, but there are what they call MAPs, minor attracted persons. And the limited amount of research that's done on these dolls, guys, suggests that they actually, for people who are attracted to minors, that these dolls actually decrease their proclivity to go out and attack children, that it actually gives them a release that makes them less likely to go outside of their home. And what was interesting is the research did not support the same conclusions for people who were adult attracted using dolls. That did not diminish their proclivity to engage other people, but for those with the. So I'm just a little concerned that, and like I say, the research is not very good. It is not comprehensive, but the research that is out there is conclusive.
There you go. Conclusive evidence. Okay. Mayorkas, the immigration secretary, says illegal immigrant. We're no longer allowed to say illegal immigrant.
First of all, let me say that we don't use the term illegal immigrants. I actually issued a policy in the Department of Homeland Security. We use the term non-citizen to respect the dignity of every individual as a preliminary matter.
They say newcomer now. So
first of all, let me say
that I have a clip from somebody explaining how illegal immigration is going to work in Colorado.
I'm here to speak on behalf of the poor, the elderly, who are struggling because of the issues that you deal with and how you deal with them. So we're talking about a thing that's going to navigate people. I took a look at some figures, and I figured some people here ought to hear them. If we look at Denver with 40,000 immigrants, and we think that they cost $1,000 a month for housing, it's going to be $480 million for 1 year. That's just $1,000, and I don't think you can get housing for that. If you feed those people 40,000 at $200 a month per person, I don't think that's possible today. If any of you have gone to the grocery store, that's $96 million in a year. We are headed for a tsunami. I don't think you know what you're heading at. The total of that, $576 million. Your budget, if I am correct, and I Googled it, I might be wrong, is only $72 million. I ask you how you think you're going to afford it. Now, I'm not sure I'm correct on all those numbers, but they're pretty close. Now, personally, I live on a budget of $30,000. My husband was a school teacher, and I worked for Jefferson County, and I had a disability, and we had to quit. We had our advisors, and they assured us that we were going to have enough money to survive. Well, I'll tell you how I survive on $30,000. You have done such wonderful work with your housing that you have caused my taxes to go up to $4,000. Oops, I'm getting really close. $3,000 for insurance, $3,000 for my car, $10,000 extra. that out and I live on 20,000. Now, I have to go to get clothing from the Goodwill. Now I'm so poor, I have to repair the clothing. I go to the food bank, and I'll tell you what I see. I see immigrants coming in, jostling and pushing us out as they cut line, take more food than they're required to do, and our poor staff that deals with those things are out of their ever-loving mind trying to figure out how they're going to handle it. Yeah. You ask how I'm coping? For God's sakes, help me.
There you go. There's somebody who's fed up. So check this out with AI. And thanks for the coffee, Justin. I appreciate it. If anybody else wants to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. Having a cozy show today. Klarna's AI customer support can handle 2/3 of the requests. It's doing the job of 700 full-time agents. New York, here we go. Klarna today announced its AI assistant, powered by OpenAI, now live globally for 1 month. The numbers are the AI assistant has handled 2.3 million conversations, 2/3 of all their customer service chats. It's doing the equivalent work of 700 full-time agents. It's on par with human agents in regards to customer satisfaction score. It is more accurate in errand resolution, leading to a 25% drop in repeat inquiries. Customers now resolve their errands in less than 2 minutes compared to 11 minutes previously. It's available in 23 markets 24/7 and communicates in more than 35 languages. It's estimated to drive a $40 million USD in profit improvement to Klarna in 2024. So that's how AI is taking everybody's jobs. Here for lawyers, DLA Piper, the global law firm pioneering technology innovation in the legal sector, worked with C3 AI to create a first-of-kind generative AI application to streamline the analysis of complex legal agreements. In just 3 months, DLA Piper applied C3 generative AI to reduce the attorney time it takes to create over 200-point due diligence analysis of limited partner agreements, and it reduced the effort by 80%. So that's lawyers having their jobs taken away. Now, finally, this is interesting. SpaceX is getting 17 megabits per second from satellites directly to unmodified Samsung Android phones. Unmodified. They're getting SpaceX satellite. What do they call it? Their satellite service? I forget. But they're getting satellite internet over unmodified Samsung Android phones. And finally, like banks are going to fail. Bank delinquencies just hit a new record high, small bank delinquency rate. And there's one bank in particular, New York Community Bank, which looks like it might fail. Go back to this tab. Bitcoin's almost at 68,000 now. But New York Community Bank, NYCB, was down a lot today. It's down 23.66% today. And that's the bank that took over, I believe, for Signature. So this is what their chart looks like. So they look like they're about to go out of business. Gold and silver were up today. I should mention that. Gold and silver were up. Silver was up pretty nicely, and gold is up over $2,100. So we're looking at like maybe the collapse of the US dollar, at least compared to real money. So gold is at $21.23, up 1.3% today. Silver's at $24. It was up 3% today. 3.18%. It's at 24.1. So that's what we're looking at. All right. So I'm looking at crypto. Bitcoin's all about at 68,000, might reach a record high by the end of the day. If you don't have any Bitcoin, it's real easy to buy. You can go to Cash App or Coinbase, or you can just buy an ETF, a spot ETF. And, you don't have to, but it's good to dollar cost average, you don't have to go all in. And if you're interested in meme coins, you want to talk about it, like I said, you can contact me at 650-429-8294 and we can set it up. Love talking to people about crypto. Oh, thanks, Job for 9. Appreciate it. Thanks for that, Job for 9. Job for 9 just dropped a $5 super chat. Appreciate that, Job for 9. All right, that's the show for today. And we'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time, right here at Lift the Veil. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. And we'll see you at the next one. All right. For now, that's what it is. Oops. Thanks, guys.